It's the Orioles on Masson on a warm and muggy night in Flushing, Queens, New York. It's the Orioles and the Mets tonight. It's game one in this two-game interleague series. And hi, everyone. I'm Jim Hunter. Thanks so much for joining us as the Orioles tonight begin a six-game road trip. And the Birds are looking to turn things around. They have lost 7 consecutive games, and they have just 7 road wins on the year. And to do that, they need to hit. They know it. They're looking to turn it around, and they're looking to turn it around against a team that may be struggling as much as more as they are. The Mets have lost 4 in a row and 9 of 11. And when you look back through the same number of games of last year, you can see how inconsistent the Orioles have been this season. Last year, through 58 games, they were 31 and 27. This year, 17 and 41. The home runs are down. The batting average is down. The runs are down. Strikeouts about the same, but that's what this team is built around. They play for the big innings. Strikeouts are part of it, so the strikeouts about the same. And Mike Bordick, the frustrating part about this year is the inconsistency at the plate. These are players with proven track records that just can't find it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and there's a handful of guys, more than a handful, only a couple that are really red hot. So most of the team is really struggling right now. You know, they're about 12th this season with runners in scoring position, batting average. They're lowest amount of at-bats with runners in scoring position. We've talked about this. It's a common trend now with the Orioles, and they are looking for a spark offensively. And you said it. You know, they're coming into New York here, take on this Mets team that is down right now. Vargas has had some struggles. He hasn't had a lot of starts this year. He started the season on the disabled list. He isn't an overpowering pitcher, and it might be just the pitcher this offense needs. Kind of quiet things down a little bit. Let the ball travel, use the whole field. And, of course, the bullpen's shaky as well for this Mets team. You know, the Orioles need some wins, and it's got to start right here. And if not to make it to the postseason, just for a positive attitude around here, it has been down, to say the least.
You know, you mentioned using the whole field, and that's something the Orioles haven't done a lot of this year, making adjustments, going with the pitch, and just trying to get on base. The strikeouts are there. If you strike out, nothing good can happen because you don't put the ball in play.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I think this team is trying right now to make some adjustments. It's across the league, you know, this rampage of strikeouts. I mean, hitters have just going for the fences every time, and pitchers are starting to expose them a little bit. I don't mind going for the fences at all. You got 3 strikes to work with. Why not make an adjustment, though, when you get to 2 strikes? Use the whole field, open it up. If your game is driving the ball, drive it. Use the big part of the field, but you got to cut down a little bit with 2 strikes. Put the ball in play, and definitely good things will happen.
And the Orioles did make a roster move. Austin Wynns has been promoted from AAA, and tonight he'll make his Major League debut. And when we come back to Queens, we'll visit with the newest Oriole, Austin Wynns, about to realize a lifelong dream. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide, that's transparency. And by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, Maryland's largest writer of workers' compensation insurance. Well, nice look at New York City. We did have a thunderstorm go through just before batting practice, but it has cleared up nicely as the Orioles and Mets open this two-game interleague series. And tonight, the Major League debut of Austin Wynns. There he is, 27 years old, 10th round pick back in 2013 out of Fresno State. 439 minor league games in what is this, his 6th pro season. And I spoke with Austin about this big moment and asked him, what does it feel like as you're about to make your Major League debut?
Unreal. Can't even put words together. It's just been like a dream come true, and just been working throughout my whole life till this moment, and I just can't wait until 7-10.
You had a very good spring training. You worked very hard, and there was a while there where it looked like you might make the team. When you were told you were going to AAA to begin the year, what was that moment like for you?
It was just like, okay, well, that's been my life, because what I do is just grind it out in the minors, and just I got to prove myself. And when my shot comes. And right now they're giving me the opportunity to help out the Orioles right now, and I'm just going to do everything I can.
Is it difficult to hide your disappointment? I understand it's all part of the game, and you described it well. But everybody in AAA, they always say, well, I don't want to be in AAA. I want to be in the big leagues. Is it difficult to overcome that?
Yes and no, but just it's a mentality for everyone. Everyone's different in their own way. I just took it as a challenge. Like, life's a challenge, and you just want to take advantage of it and be positive, because this game is so mental. Like, you just want to find the positive in everything, and just every day, just go about my day and how do I get better, and just day by day.
One of your strengths is your energy, and at times that could be counterproductive. Did you work on bringing it down a little cylinder when you were in AAA?
Yes, definitely. Just motion, very passionate in what I do, so I'm just like, you know what, lock it in, channel it, and just don't be too emotional. Just be a wall. Be a wall and be a leader, be vocal, just do what I do, and it'll happen.
And today your parents are going to be here to watch you play in your first Major League game. As emotional as I could see in your face now, I can't imagine what your mom and dad are going to go through.
Oh, yeah, it's just, I can't wait to. I just can't wait to just look at them, see them up there, and just, I know they're proud of me, and just it's like they've been hoping for me to get to this point in my whole life, and I'm just glad I made them proud. And my extended family, and I have more family coming, friends and everything, so it's awesome.
And when you step on that field, you have to remind yourself, it is the same game.
It is. It is a game. It's a kid's game. Keep it simple, have fun, and just let it roll.
Well, congratulations, you earned it. Go get them.
Thank you so much.
All right, so there's Austin Wynns with Alex Cobb. And Mike, when you made your big league debut back on April 11th, 1990, against the Minnesota Twins, you were a late-in-the-game defensive replacement. So you got to watch the whole game, and then La Russa said, hey, get out there at second base. But what's it like for him? He's starting, and he's catching a veteran pitcher.
Wow, pretty exciting time, obviously, for Austin Wynns. I think there's going to be a lot of adrenaline, a lot of emotions out there. But, you know, Austin Wynns, he said it. He's a grinder. He's going to come out here and just work as hard as he possibly can. I don't even remember getting into that ball game. I was praying I wouldn't play for a week. I was so excited being at the big league level. I think what's going to help Austin, he was in big league camp. He knows so many guys on this team. It's just going to be comfortable and settle right in.
Well, and he's a good guy, and everybody likes him, and that goes a long way. Let's get a look at our game time temperature, brought to you by BGE Home. We know more, we do more. Well, it's 72 degrees, the humidity at 48%, partly cloudy now, and thank goodness that thunderstorm went through before batting practice. That bad weather seems to be following the Orioles around. Let's get a look at the Orioles starting lineup for tonight, presented by Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Mancini, Jones, and Machado up top with Danny Valencia in the cleanup spot tonight. Why not? He brings a 6-game hitting streak into tonight's game. Trumbo's in right, then Scope at second. Davis at first base. Austin Wynns will catch. And Alex Cobb gets the bat. He is pitching and batting ninth.
And let's take a look at Jason Vargas's pitch arsenal this season. Got the two-seam fastball, change, four-seamer, and the knuckle curve. The changeup is his bread and butter pitch. He'll use it any time in the count. It's a put-away pitch for him. He only throws it 79 to 80 miles an hour. Really good arm speed. playing it off about an 88-mile-an-hour fastball. Nothing overpowering at all from Vargas. Take a look, only 6 starts on the year. Started the year on the disabled list, and it's been a slow start. 8.53 earned run average. Hasn't gotten past 5 innings all year long. You see only 25 1/3 innings work. 36 hits given up. Yeah, he's been roughed up a little bit. Opponents hitting 327 overall. Righties way up to 338. Lefties at a 300 clip, and he's given up the 6 home runs in those 25 innings. So this is that opportunity we're talking about for the Orioles. Back them up a little bit, let the ball travel, and use the whole field and pick up your knocks, because Vargas is going to give them up.
Well, Vargas now 35 years old, and he is in his 13th big league season. So here we are at Citi Field in Queens, about 8 miles away from where Yankee Stadium is in the Bronx. And here's Trey Mancini, and oh, does Trey Mancini, Mike, need a broken bat base hit. Comes in 1 for his last 17 and 2 for his last 30. And you see that batting average now down to 229.
Yeah, for sure. He hitting some tough luck, and now I think it's just a mental game for him, overanalyzing a little bit. I talked to him earlier. He just needs to relax and have some fun.
And there's a strike in there, Sam Holbrook says. And we are underway at Citi Field.
And seeing the good interleague numbers, and it might help that Austin Wynns is here.
There's a line drive and a base hit to left field. So there's a good start for Mancini.
Now, so many of these young players came up through the minor leagues together, grinding it out through the minor leagues, and now a familiar face for Trey Mancini and Austin Wynns. They were former teammates, and it just kind of helps your mind relax a little bit. Nice swing there by Trey Mancini. Let the ball get deep and then smoking a line drive out of shortstop. Nice swing for Boom Boom.
So Mancini gets on. That'll bring Adam Jones up with a runner on. Adam actually is swinging the bat very well. He's 8 for his last 20. That on the homestand, that's a 400 clip. And he'll look over a strike 0-1.
Well, Adam had a monster month of May, very consistent, using the whole field, slapping the ball around. His numbers are up across the board against lefties this year on the road. I mean, everything for Adam Jones.
Up and in, 1-1.
Adam, more than any Oriole hitter, has really kind of controlled his body, slowed things down a little bit. You see his big numbers in the interleague, 33 career home runs. He isn't trying to do as much as we've seen in the past.
Good off speed pitch there, had him out in front.
Yeah, that's what you're going to see from Vargas right there. 1-1 count there, a nasty changeup. His ability to throw that changeup any time in the count. Really no chance for these guys to sit on a fastball. You might as well just stay back, think about right center field, and then, if you're a little bit early, you'll probably pull that change up to left.
Line drive, there's a base hit to center field. So here come the O's, back-to-back singles to get it going.
Wow, how about that adjustment? Adam Jones pulling off the 1-1 change, and Vargas, who loves it, he doubles up with the changeup. And Adam Jones making the adjustment. Only 82 miles an hour on this pitch, and take a look at his control, body control. Limited stride right there, staying tall, seeing the baseball, and then pulling the hands in and rifling one right back through the box.
So the Orioles have 2 on and nobody out. As Vargas immediately in a jam. And here's Manny. Manny with those home runs is tied for 3rd, and he is 2nd in RBIs with those 47.
Well, definitely right man, right spot. Manny Machado, team leader in RBIs, home runs. Got a problem just getting guys on base, and this first inning has been his best inning of the year. See the 7-game hitting streak, hitting the 321. And man, as he put up some damaging numbers in the first, now he's got some runners out there.
Off speed pitch on the inner part of the plate, 1-1 the count. Well, the Orioles have struggled mightily in these situations. They are 12th in the American League. 233 batting average with runners in scoring position. Last year they were among the best.
Yeah, one of the best all year long. A little slip at the end, dropping down to 2nd or 3rd, I think, average wise. But even last year they had a problem with the amount of at-bats. They just didn't get enough chances. And once again this year they're last in the American League with only 395. A lot of teams rolling over into 500 at-bats with runners in scoring position already.
A 2-1 on Machado. Popped them up. Down the line, long run for Rosario, the shortstop, and Frazier runs out of room, the third baseman, up against the netting.
Frazier just getting back in the lineup after a hamstring problem. Watch out for that wall over there. Need that bat in the lineup. Manny Machado getting out in front of the changeup, popping it up down that left field line. See the shortstop and Frazier getting over to the wall, but just running out of room.
A 2-2 on Manny. Orioles trying to get on the board here for Alex Cobb in the first. Good take, breaking ball down and in for ball 3.
Well, pretty solid approach. First 3 hitters in the lineup. Manny Machado really staying tall, and when I say stay tall, I mean just not diving out on the front foot. You see guys just get completely off balance. Both he and Adam Jones, Mancini as well, just limiting their stride, actually kind of shortening up. Manny just picking his foot up, almost putting it down in the same spot.
Broken back ground ball towards the middle, and off the glove of the second baseman Cabrera. Mancini's going to score, and Jones heads to third. That is a big break there, Mike. It looked like he thought 2 when he should have just settled for 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Veteran infielder as well. The Mets have had a hard time defensively, and it hasn't been just the errors. It's just been a lot of miscues. This might not go down as an error either. You see the range up the middle, a little kick up at the end, and Cabrera cannot come down with a little broken bat. Single up the middle. Try to keep it in the infield, but can't catch it clean, and the Orioles on the board first.
And Adam Jones, outstanding base running with the play in front of him there. He ends up at third, and still nobody out. Well, they've given Manny a single and an RBI. He'll take it. Now here's Valencia. Put away for ball 1.
Valencia some solid all-around numbers this season. He's found some consistency with more playing time. Actually brought over though to face these lefties. You look for Valencia to have a good game.
Changeup gets him. You know, you look at Vargas in his career against the Orioles, Mike. His 1-loss record modest, 2-4. But his ERA is 2.23, and that's because of the style. He's a junk baller. The Orioles, over the years, they hate junk ball pitchers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give me that fastball. Let's go. Challenge me.
Right? I mean, you'd think that the Orioles are a fastball hitting team, although this year we've seen them get beat by fastballs as well. That's why I'm thinking this type of pitcher might be just what the doctor ordered to really force this team to stay back, let the ball travel, not be so jumpy, and trust their hands. I think when you start seeing base hits like the one Adam Jones had, that base hit up the middle on the changeup, it's just a matter of trusting the hands, letting the freedom go, and I think the confidence will start to rise when they start feeling that.
Well, Machado back to the base easily. Well, Valencia with his 6-game hitting streak. 8 out of 22 with a couple of ribbies. There are his interleague numbers. Of course, he has been well traveled. 1-2 on him. And again, he can't get him to chase, so the count evens up. Vargas is from Apple Valley in California. What is Apple Valley famous for? It is the home, or was the home, of Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. The king of the Cowboys. Apple Valley, California. High fly ball to left. Back on it is Nimmo. Appears to have a play, and on the warning track, he'll make the catch. Jones will tag and score, and the throw goes to second base. So there's a sac fly and an RBI, and it's 2-0 O's, and that's the first out in the first inning.
A solid AB there by Danny Valencia, getting the job done. Of course, always looking to do some damage. He just got that one off the label, but plenty deep enough to get Adam Jones in. Orioles put a 2-spot up in the first inning. Aggressive start here, nice approach. First 4 batters.
Well, that'll get Trumbo up with Machado on at first. Mark at 292. He comes in 3 for his last 15. Trumbo against Vargas over the years, 4 for 19. As Vargas originally was drafted by the then Florida Marlins. He has been with the Marlins, the Mets, Seattle, the Angels, Kansas City, and now the Mets again. Up and in with a fastball.
And that fastball really just for show, 89 miles an hour. He might try to steal some strikes in there, not necessarily with Mark Trumbo, maybe some other Oriole hitters. But that one just to brush him back off the plate a little bit, open up that outside corner. And you see a little velocity in to soften him up with the change.
Manny's got to love this. All the attention being paid to him. Vargas has heard about those 2 steals Manny has. Vargas now 35 years old. He has 87 big league wins. Manny runs. Swing and a miss. Nowicki's throw is not in time. Manny steals the base.
Well, there you go. Manny Wayne Kirby seeing something over there on Vargas. So Manny going first move. Nice jump from Machado, getting himself out in a scoring position and an aggressive offense here in the first inning. You see the good jump and a pretty good pitch to handle for Plawecki. High change up. Yeah, Manny's getting in there.
So another runner in scoring position. It also takes away the chance for a ground ball double play. We'll chase the changeup, so the count evens 2-2. And he got him. And Trumbo down on strikes for the second out.
Boy, went right back in there, 88 miles an hour. Another just a borderline fastball in there. Trumbo trying to protect with the 2 strikes. Ball sounded a lot harder than 88. Let's take a look at the pitch here. You see the second pitch on the pitch cast. That's a fastball about 89 miles an hour, and he doubles up in there. Borderline pitch. Probably another pitch that he wanted to use for effect, just to brush Trumbo off and then soften up away, but Trumbo trying to protect there.
Jonathan Scope will take a strike. Jonathan has hits in his last 2 games, but he had a tough homestand as well. He went just 4 for 20 and did not have an RBI.
Jonathan Scope, one of those big bats that needs to get going for this Oriole offense, start producing more runs. Of course, last year, Orioles MVP, a monster season for Jonathan Scope. Slow start this year, the cold weather, an oblique strain, and now just trying to get back into a good rhythm. Let's take a look at the Mets defense behind Vargas tonight. Nimmo, Conforto, and Bruce roaming the outfield here at Citi Field. Rosario and Cabrera turning 2 up the middle. Frazier and Gonzalez. Frazier back in the lineup. Gonzalez, the veteran first baseman, and Plawecki doing the catching tonight.
A ball and 2 strikes on Scope. Both have 2 runs in for a quick 2-0 lead. Just inside. Orioles showing a lot of patience in this first inning.
Yeah, making Vargas work here. 26 pitches thrown. And Vargas hasn't pitched over 5 innings this season, so quick pitch count jacking up. Don't expect him to be around very long in this game.
Scope fouls it off to stay alive.
Of course, the Mets do not need to even think about getting into their bullpen early in this game. They've been getting worn out lately.
Well, what's interesting about that is if you look at their starters in their last 16 games, they've pitched to an ERA of 2.48, which is very credible.
I'll say, my goodness.
Outside. An extended inning here, and the count goes full. Now Syndergaard.
Big time injuries. Syndergaard, one of the injuries, obviously a setback for the rotation.
Off the end of the bat to Nimmo on left. And he'll put it away for the final out. But a big inning for the O's. 3 consecutive hits. They score 2. We head to the bottom of the first. Cobb to work with the lead. Alex Cobb to work. Here's the Mets lineup as they come up in the bottom of the first. Brandon Nimmo leads off. The veteran Asdrubal Cabrera in the number 2 spot. 12 extra base hits to lead the Mets. Conforto, Frazier, and Bruce with Plawecki in the number 6 spot. Gonzalez, Vargas, the pitcher, batting 8th, and Ahmed Rosario batting 9th.
And let's take a look at Alex Cobb's pitch arsenal this season. Got the 4-seam fastball, knuckle curve, and the split finger. Splitty has shown flashes, but not quite there yet. The knuckle curve's been his best secondary pitch, and you hope he's on tonight, because at times, boy, does it flash. Plus, his last outing, 7 strong innings. Take a look at his numbers on the year, 1-7. Not looking good with the win-loss. Earned run average is still way up there at 6.80, and a lofty opponent batting average. Lefty's way up over to 422. He's giving up 9 home runs as well. Tough start for Cobb.
And he goes right at him and gets ahead of Nimmo.
Here's the one thing you got to feel good about Cobb's last outing, 7 strong innings. Did give up 3 runs on a pretty good pitch. Rendon hit a 3-run home run off him. But the fact that he pitched 7 innings, got deep into the ball game, it looked really good. Nice quality start for Cobb. I think makes everybody feel a lot better. Now it's just a matter of waiting on this Oriole offense to show that consistency, because there could be a lot more wins on the board, especially pitchers like Cobb, Cashner, pitch enough good games to get more wins.
Down and in for ball 2. Now Brandon Nimmo, a former first-round pick. Yesterday, the start of the amateur draft. He was the Mets' first-round pick in 2011. He is from Cheyenne, Wyoming, where they did not have high school baseball. So he had to prove himself with all the summer leagues. Ball 3. How unique is it to make it to the major leagues from Wyoming? He's one of only 16 big leaguers from that state.
Wow. Impressive, right? Gonna have a love for the game.
And included in that list, former Oriole Mike Devereaux, who's also from Wyoming. Check swing, and it's a called strike. And Cobb with just the 1 win. He is facing the Mets for just the 2nd time in his career, and for the first time since 2012. And he got him. So from 3-1, he comes back to get Nimmo 1 away.
Man, nice job by Cobb right there. The fastball around, and I'm telling you, this high fastball has got to be the pitch of 2018. And if it's not used more, boy, shame on the pitchers. Everybody trying to create launch angle. Take a look at the pitch cast here. A couple fastballs at the end. Get back in the count and then win it right there. Doubling up at the top of the zone, and Nimmo can't get to it.
Cobb's strikeouts are down from his career numbers. He's averaging about 5 per game as Asdrubal Cabrera comes up. Cabrera, one of the veterans on this team, now 32 years old. He is in his 12th big league season and his third now with the Mets.
Yeah, leading the team really those offensive categories, the 10 home runs, which is kind of surprising. Not that Cabrera's got the 10 home runs, but just the fact that that's leading. They've got some powerhouse hitters, you know, Frazier, of course, he's been on the disabled list, but some bats that definitely have the capability to hit more home runs. Bruce has been struggling as well.
Good looking curve.
Yeah, that's nasty right there. And it's really all about the finish with Cobb's breaking ball. It's a knuckle curve, so he gets a little extra push with that finger. Take a look at the finish. The breaking ball, nice little hover. When it gets to the apex, boy, does it come down hard, dropping right at the bottom of the strike zone.
Overthrows that fastball. Alex Cobb, of course, born in Boston, and at the age of 2, the family moved to Vero Beach, Florida, where he would eventually become a bat boy for the Dodgers in spring training. Did that 3 separate springs. It's a nice springtime job for a youngster. And he got him. Off-speed pitch. So back-to-back Ks at 2 men down.
Cabrera upset. He got a hanging breaking ball, but I just think there's just too much movement on the Cobb hook. He leaves this one up at the top of the zone, and really not expecting it is Cabrera. And you see the frustration right there, but back-to-back punch-outs. See the little hesitation as he gets the foot down, and then as that ball bites down into the zone, got to pull the trigger, but a little too late.
2 down, and here's Michael Conforto. Conforto, another of the former first-round picks of the Mets, 2014. He was the number 10 overall pick, played in college at Oregon State.
Cobb working that breaking ball off his high fastball. Looks like he was a little upset, but making every pitch have a purpose. Saying upset with his fastball command on that first heater, riding up and out of the zone. Conforto showing some pretty good patience right now, not even flinching on that 2-0 change.
There's a strike. He skies it to center field. That's an easy play for Adam Jones. Adam waits, and he's got it. So Cobb, after his team gives him the lead, has a 3-up, 3-down, bottom of the first. And we'll win $500 more for every Orioles home run hit in the game tonight. You can play Home Run Rich's scratch-offs and win up to $50,000, or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Visit mdlottery.com/homerun. So Vargas back to work after a 29-pitch first inning. He'll face the lower third of the Orioles lineup with Chris Davis leading off. And the ball inside. Chris comes in at 154 with the batting average, which is the lowest of all qualifiers in the major leagues. Facing Jason Vargas, who has had the better of Davis in their head-to-heads. Chris just 3 for 16 against Vargas. Chris was 2 for 15 on the homestand without an RBI, and he is just 6 for his last 63 with just 2 RBIs.
Yeah, Buck's been trying to move him around, just find that one spot in the lineup that gets him going a little bit. There hasn't even been a lot of flashes to say, all right, this is what's going to happen, and Davis is going to get out of it. Just you know, might get a base hit. Had a nice base hit the other way the other night, and then some punch outs followed. Just can't get into a good rhythm.
Well, there's Laura Wins. That's Austin's mom, and she's getting as close as she can to her son on deck. How about that? And then there's his father, Jeff, saying, "Mom, what are you doing? Let the kid get loose." Look at the love on their faces. And there's a leadoff walk. That was a good at-bat by Chris. Very patient.
Yes, it was. Not jumpy at all. Not any rush to get anything done.
And there's the family. Dad with the video going. He also has friends scattered around the ballpark. Said he thought it was going to be about 9 or 10 in that group with his parents. He was eating up left-handed pitching. And he'll take a strike for AAA Norfolk. Batted .439 against lefties.
Very nice. Yeah, Austin Wins. He is the bring your lunchbox to the ballpark and get after it. That's what he does. He is a grinder, a hard working guy. And he works hard at his craft, I'm telling you. A senior sign in Fresno.
Yep. Where he was the roommate of Aaron Judge. He was doing a thing or two over in the Bronx.
Right.
1-1 the count. Line drive, base hit left field.
All right. Oh yeah. Very nice. Are you cold, honey? Oh, way to go, Austin. Take a look here. Austin Wins picking up his first major league hit, getting an elevated, like a fastball, turning and burning. Might have been a changeup up there at the top of the zone, and he gets the knock. Oh yeah, yeah, excitement everywhere.
Welcome to the majors. Cobb gets down the butt. Nobody's at third. So the only play is at first, and there's a sacrifice. Perfectly executed by Alex Cobb. Frazier was charging in, and when Plawecki picked up the ball, there was no one to throw to.
Wow. That's a mistake by the veteran third baseman. Almost looking like they caught the Mets off guard here. A bunt situation, a couple runners on, and Frazier busts in. He leaves third base vacant. I mean, the only time the third baseman vacates in this situation, it's a hard bunt right at him. Wow. Nice bunt by Cobb.
Come on, Trey, cash in, Trey, cash in.
That is the first sacrifice in his career. So now Mancini, the lineup turns over, and he has a chance for a couple of RBIs. Let's have the infield drawn halfway in. Mancini singled his first at bat, came around to score on the Machado infield hit. It got past the second baseman Cabrera. Official score ruled, I guess, bad bounce for the base hit. Ball 2.
Good take. Vargas really trying to get this Oriole offense a little bit more aggressive, nibbling right now, trying to tantalize them with some soft stuff out that outside corner, but the Orioles staying tall, just seeing the baseball.
Off speed pitch, he was out in front.
Good pass, nice changeup though. Now at the bottom of the zone, he hasn't made a lot of mistakes with the changeup. See the good movement down there, 82 miles an hour, just a little fade away from the righty.
Towards the second baseman, runner coming to the plate, the throw, and Davis is out. So by playing the infield up tight, they do cut down the run at the plate. As Davis is retired, 2 men down.
Chris Davis over there going on contact with the infield end. I was a little surprised about that play. Mancini beating on one, taking it right back up through the middle, and Davis off and running. Yeah, pretty easy play right there. Throw on the money. There you see the second baseman now. Cabrera making it look easy.
The 2 down. Wins ends up at third with Mancini now at first. Puts Adam Jones up. Upstairs with a fastball. Adams singled his first at bat. He came around the score on the sac fly by Mancini, or by Valencia, excuse me. Mancini scored on the base hit by Machado.
Adams' batting average continuing to rise, up near 290 right now. See that on base percentage keep climbing too, but Adam just doesn't want to walk.
He's walked only 6 times all year. Popped him up. Cabrera, the second baseman. He'll put it away, and the inning ends, but a memorable inning for Austin Wynns as he bats for the first time and picks up his first major league hit, and the family is proud. '11th through Wednesday, June 13th, and the middle game in that series next week, Tuesday, June the 12th. First 25,000 fans 15 and over receive a Dylan Bundy bobblehead. So get your tickets and come on out and join us. Orioles.com for your tickets. So Alex Cobb, who had a 3-up, 3-down first, back to work. Todd Frazier back off the disabled list will lead off. He missed 24 games with a left hamstring strain. First season with the Mets. Last year he was with the Yankees. And there's a strike, and He wanted to re-sign with the Yankees, but couldn't come to agreement on a deal. He's from Toms River, New Jersey, wanted to stay in the area if he could. So he signed with the Mets. They had a need, and he was happy to come over.
Yeah, David Wright still on the shelf with the back problems. I actually saw him out taking ground balls today.
He was out there. It's interesting. The Mets are struggling mightily at the plate. They're 10th in the league in batting, but they didn't bat. They didn't bat on the field today. They had infield practice, and they had a simulated game with Syndergaard.
Yeah, I saw Syndergaard pitching. I saw Cespedes out there hitting. Their big pitcher, and of course their offense. And with Cespedes on the shelf.
And Frazier is now 32 years old. His 8th big league season. He played in college at Rutgers University, the State University of New Jersey, in New Brunswick. Popped him up. Wynn's locating it. And he's got it. That was nicely done as he calmly went after it, and he gets it for the out. Orioles fans, when the O's score 5 runs or more, you get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com with the promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
And Buck liking that play. Saw him turn around, and all right, pretty nice play right there by Austin Wynns. Not too easy catching a big league pop-up, especially behind the plate. First ball game, new stadium.
And a strike to Jay Bruce, who is struggling. He's 0 for his last 9, but that doesn't tell the story. Since May 1st, he's batting .196. Cobb gets a fastball by him. He was a first-round pick of Cincinnati, number 12 in 2005. The Orioles in that draft selected 13th. And they were all set to take Jay Bruce, except the pick before he went to Cincinnati. So his career may have been altered if the Reds had gotten one more pick. Two and 2 on him. Now 31 years old. Callaway, the manager, his first year, swing and a miss. He got him. Mike, it seems early on here. I mean, it's only 5 batters, but everything he has in his arsenal is thrown for strikes.
Oh, I'll say it is. Take a look at the Nissan pitchcast right here. This is the change, working down and away. He has had a hard time with that pitch. Just getting the feel, that split change. Nice action as it pushes away from the big lefty bat. It featured a couple breaking balls in there. I know he's feeling good about his heater. And some nice two-seam movement.
There's Kevin Plawecki, the catcher. One of 3 catchers on the active roster for the Mets. You don't see that much anymore. 3 catchers active at the same time. They also have Jose Lobaton, who the Orioles saw quite a bit when he was with Tampa Bay. And they have Devin Mesoraco, who they got from Cincinnati when they traded Matt Harvey.
Boy, that curveball is nasty.
So a 5-man bench for New York, and 2 of the 5 on the bench are catchers. Shows him the fastball, and he lays off. Alex Cobb is a former 4th-round draft pick of Tampa Bay back in 2006 out of Vero Beach High School. That's foul.
How about the Mets' recent struggles here since May 1st? A 10-21 record, tied for the most losses and fewest wins in the National League. And since the 22nd of May, 3-11. That's the most losses in the National League. Tied for the fewest wins in the National League. Yeah, month of May not too good for this team.
And they got off to a blistering start in April. So 2 and 2 with 2 outs and nobody on. Overthrows that one. That was a ball out of his hand.
Wynn's trying to slide over there and block it. Good work, even though nobody on base. Well, you start practicing some lazy habits, and then you become a lazy catcher. Nice job trying to slide over and block that nasty breaking ball.
First full count here. And the 7th pitch. Upstairs, ball 4, and there's a 2-out walk. So the Mets get their first base runner in the 2nd. Cobb usually doesn't walk very many, even with his struggles early on this year. He's still only walking just a shade over 2. And for his career, he's averaged 2.5 walks per 9 innings. So that's usually something that doesn't hurt him. Of course, the base hits are way up, but he's still trying to get back to that pitching groove that he didn't have early on because he didn't have spring training.
Yeah, basically used the first month of the season as his spring training. Hit around a little bit. And we've seen flashes of the old Alex Cobb.
It's ahead of Adrian Gonzalez. He signed here with the Mets at the age of 36. 15th big league season. He's another former first-round pick. Wicki dives back in safely. He does not have a steal on the year. Wins looks to the dugout. John Russell calls the pickoff plays. So the catchers check in with the bench coach and catchers coach every pitch. Swing and a miss. Real good breaking ball.
Beautiful breaking ball and an even better block right there by Wins. I mean, he's getting some serious finish on this breaking ball right now. It is biting hard. Get Austin sliding over there. Both knees down. They're filling up the 5-hole and getting that chest right over the baseball. Killing it right there on the plate.
Well, defense is his strength. No doubt about that. And he's batting 1,000 in the big leagues. They can't get him out. Sets up outside, and Gonzalez protecting the corner, fouls it off.
Nice try pushing that 2-seamer off that outside corner. That's a good 2 or 3 inches, maybe even more off the outside corner. So showing he's going to reach out there. There you see on the pitch cast. I mean, he's reaching out there quite a ways. Maybe that split finger looks good after that swing on the fastball well away.
0-2 on Gonzalez. Can't get him to chase, so a ball and 2 strikes. Cobb 49 and 42 in his career. Trying to win his 2nd as an Oriole. His only win came May 18th in Boston. Gonzalez fouls it back. Adrian Gonzalez originally was drafted by the Florida Marlins in 2000. He's been in the big leagues with Texas, with San Diego, with the Red Sox, the Dodgers, and now the Mets. There's a 30-year-old Alex Cobb who's in his 7th big league season. Low, can't get him to chase the changeup. 2-2.
Yeah, good try though. I was wondering when he was going to come back to that pitch. Let's move that fastball around a little bit after getting a swing on the outside corner. Went in and up. Finally came with the change.
And the 2-2 is fouled back. This is some stubborn at bat.
Sure is. I mean, Gonzalez just a great major league hitter throughout his career. Knows how to handle the bat. You know, the power might be diminishing. He's always hit for average and power. A rare combination.
Can't get him to chase. Appeal, he didn't sing, he didn't swing. Brian Blackney at third base said he checked. So he walked Wicki on a 3-2 pitch, and now Gonzalez has battled. About to see a 9th pitch, and he has the count to 3-2. Runner goes. And a high fly ball to right. That's playable for Trumbo. Scoping his way out there in the shift. And Trumbo's got it. So 2 out walk and 1 left. We head to the third. 2-0 O's. Brought to you by PNC. Make today the day. By the University of Maryland Medical System. Be part of something greater. And by Ocean City. There's no end to the fun you'll have at Ocean City. Plan your trip today at ococean.com. Turned into a lovely night here in Queens. We're at Citi Field. And Jason Vargas back to work. He allowed 2 runs in the first, but he stranded 2 in the second. And the Orioles had a runner, Chris Davis, gunned down at the plate. Vargas was drafted by the Florida Marlins back in 2004. He hopped around in college. He started at LSU, but he lasted there only 1 year and has claimed the fame there. In his very first at-bat as a college player, he hit a pinch hit grand slam. And when he went to LSU, he was a pitcher. He's the first baseman at DH. And then he went to a junior college and eventually ended up in Long Beach State, where he was teammates with Jared Weaver. And they were both drafted in the same draft in 2004. Manny leads off, and he'll take ball 1.
That veteran pitcher talking with a young catcher. Make sure they get on the same page and understand what they're going to do to each hitter. And it might be just next time around through this lineup.
Machado a base hit to drive in a run in the first. A bad bounce base hit up the middle. It skipped over the glove of Asdrubal Cabrera. Machado's now hit 8 straight games. He's also homered in his last 2 games. Left field. Now chases Nimmo back. He's got to play. And 1 down here in the Oriole 3rd inning. Well, we invite you to join fellow students, alumni, and supporters for University Nights at Oriole Park. Fans purchasing a University Night ticket package will receive a unique Orioles cap featuring the participating school's colors and logo. Caps are limited, so be sure to reserve your seats. Just go online, Orioles.com/university. Those fans here in New York. Late call there. Valencia thought it was outside.
Valencia doesn't want him to have that pitch. With the fastball in that outside corner, turning it over a little bit.
Line to left field. That ball is sinking, and a diving catch by Brandon Nimmo. He takes a base hit away from Valencia.
Boy, pretty good play right there. How about the closing speed by Nimmo? Left field. Looks like it was going to be a dying quail out there, but Nimmo turns on the Jets and takes one away from Valencia. One of the harder plays for an outfielder, diving straight on. A nice play there, helping Vargas out.
Nimmo robs Valencia. Here's Trumbo. Ball one outside. Mark struck out his first at bat. He is 4 for 20 head-to-head against Vargas. Vargas did face the Orioles last year as a member of Kansas City. And the Orioles won that game. That was on August the 2nd. He only allowed 3 runs over 5 innings, including a 2-run home run by Caleb Joseph. Now on the screen.
Well, Caleb's got those ties to Kansas City, right? His grandfather used to work for the owner there, Mr. Kaufman.
So Caleb has an RBI already tonight for Norfolk. Zach Britton expected to pitch in that game. And he got him on a breaking ball down and in. Well, Wiki will play it to first. And there's a 3-up, 3-down inning. First one tonight for Jason Vargas. Mid-third in New York. O's with a 2-0 lead.
MLB draft, the Baltimore Orioles select Grayson Rodriguez, a right-handed pitcher from Central Heights High School in Nacogdoches, Texas.
And apparently, Mike, the Orioles got their man. Gary Rashid said after the draft he was the guy they wanted all along.
Well, he's got the big size for sure. He's also got a good fastball, 97, 98 miles an hour. He works about 90. So, yeah, he's got a big arm, and why not pick a pitcher like that? The upside is just huge.
Jason Vargas is in the number 8 spot, and the pitcher fouls it off. Rosario on deck, and then back to the top. And here are the first 5 selections in the draft. And the other first-round pick, Caden Grenier, very interesting player. He was regarded as the best fielding shortstop at the college level in the draft, and the Orioles have a need for middle infielder. You know, they want to stockpile that. These are the first 5 rounds, so the Orioles today got through 10 rounds. They had picks in rounds 6 through 10, and an interesting pick in the 9th round as Vargas hits it towards left center field. Adam Jones will run it down. We're in Queens. St. John's University is also in Queens. And in the 9th round, the Orioles drafted Kevin McGee, a left-handed pitcher out of St. John's. He's from Pompton Lakes, New Jersey. So they got a left-handed pitcher from St. John's right down the road.
Right down the street. All right. Yeah, I think it was a pretty good draft. Obviously, so far for the Orioles. I like the fact that they got some college guys. I think only a couple high school picks, and of course, the first pick being the high school arm there. I can't miss that one. 6'5", 230 with the big arm, and a pretty exciting day, obviously, for the Orioles. And the fact that they went out and got a shortstop also in the first round, I think is big too, because the Orioles don't really have a lot of infield depth in their system.
Cobb quickly pounces on that and gets it to first. Ooh, nice play by Davis. That throw sailed on him.
Yeah, nice play all the way around. Cobb making another good pitch here. Take a look at the Mercedes pitch cast. And the other another breaking ball. Nasty one, dropping on the inside corner. A little jam shot. See how Cobb kind of sets that backside. But gets underneath it a little bit. And Davis makes an exceptional play. This looks pretty darn easy what Davis is doing, but can you imagine how hard that would be? Rosario flying down the line. Davis got to actually reach over his head to make that play. Nice job by Davis.
Here's Brandon Nimmo, his second at bat. Get me over curve, 0-1.
Nobody wants to hit that pitch right out of the gate. It's got too big of a hump in it.
Throws it back.
You can tell he's not very happy with his fastball. Glove side right now to the lefties. He's trying to stick it in there, get him off the plate a little bit, to open up the outside corner for that changeup, maybe even the fastball away. But you see the second pitch on the pitch cast. That's the two-seam fastball. Wynn's calling for it in off the plate, and it's leaking right back over the middle.
Changeup misses low. 1-2 on Brandon Nimmo. Well, Cobb is very hard on himself, and after each start he seems to find something that he wasn't pleased with, that he intends then to go work on prior to his next start. One thing he can't control is the run support, and the Orioles are getting just 2.9 runs per game for him. And he gets Nimmo. So Nimmo's 0 for 2 with a couple of punch outs, and Alex Cobb has his second 3-up, 3-down inning. We are through 3 in New York, 2-0 O's. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Citi Field in New York, the borough of Queens. This ballpark replaced the aging Shea Stadium. Jonathan Scope will lead off for the O's in the 4th. Davis and Wynn's will follow. Jonathan flied out to left field to end the first inning. Vargas has settled in. He's retired 5 in a row, actually 6 in a row, including the sacrifice bunt by Cobb in the second inning.
You see Vargas's pitch count up to 57, and he hasn't really thrown a lot of pitches this year. They're really trying to take it easy on him.
Sharp hit ball into left field. There's a base hit for Scope.
He hasn't even topped out over 90 pitches yet this season. Look at Jonathan Scope shooting one through that 5-6 hole. Pitcher calling for it down and away, but elevated about belt high, giving Scope a good look.
Chris Davis walked his first plate appearance. And foul ball behind Wade Kirby. Well, Chris Davis was in demand. Here's his draft history 3 times before he finally signed with the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, how about that? Longview High School in Texas in 2004. Drafted in the 50th round by the Yankees. No, thank you. Ended up going to a junior college and drafted again, and then turned that one down, and boom, 5th round with the Rangers. Must be nice.
Mentioned Vargas hopped around. He left his home state of California, went to LSU as a freshman, but then he went back to California to a junior college, Cypress Junior College, hoping he'd be drafted, and that eventually ended up at Long Beach State. 1-1 on Davis. High fly ball to left center field, not that deep. There's Nimmo. Fielder has it for the out, and one away. Davis back to first. Fans, you can experience a Father's Day catch on the field presented by Pennington Grass Seed. Comes up on Father's Day, Sunday, June 17th. Special ticket packages include a pregame session of catch on the field and 2 tickets to the game. Plus, prior to the game, first 20,000 fans 18 and over will receive an Orioles necktie. Get your tickets at Orioles.com/catch. There's Jeff Wins, Austin's dad.
He and Austin had a few games at catch, don't you think?
First ball swinging, pops it up. There's Frazier in foul ground. And he's got it. So Wins trying to ambush Vargas. Gets under it. He's 1 for 2 as a big leaguer. Oh, what a moment for the parents. You know, you think back all the little league games, and then finally you get to high school, and there's probably a lot of summer leagues. Austin grew up in Southern California, so good weather. There's his mom, Laura. And then, of course, he goes to Fresno State, a major college program in his home state of California. And then he gets drafted, and all these years later, it's his 6th professional season. Finally gets to play in the big leagues.
Yeah. I mean, you put your time in, you do things the right way, and good things will happen. And Austin Wins has been a pro throughout his time in the Oriole organization, and great to see him get this opportunity. And he's the type of guy that's got the makeup, you know, that could be here, not look back. You know, I mean, he does things the right way. I think he learned a lot in spring training. I mean, he was close to making the team out of spring training.
Yes, he was, no doubt about it.
You know, good for him. Big year last year where he basically established some career highs offensively, so he started feeling better about himself at the plate.
And down on strikes goes Alex Cobb, and that'll end the 4th. So leadoff single by Scope. He's left stranded at first. Mid-4th in New York, 2-0 O's. better time to act than today. PNC make today the day.
How about Keegan Aiken back on the list here? Minor league insight, second round pick back in 2016, the 54th pick overall out of Western Michigan, and he is dealing this year. Promoted up to Double-A Bowie. 11 games, he's got 6 wins, so getting all the decisions there. 273 earned run average, and opponents hitting just 209 off him. Are you kidding me? That repeatable, clean delivery, and attacks that inner half, so they say, against the right-handed hitters. Nice to see him having that success in Double-A.
You know, I like the karma there. He's wearing David Hess's number, 41. So I guess he figures, hey, he made it to the big leagues. Why not?
Wait a second. I thought that was Tom Seaver's number since we're here.
Well, it is. It's up on the rafters. Yes, it is retired. Tom, terrific. Hall of Famer. David Hess, rookie. So Cobb goes back to work. He's allowed 1 base runner, a 2-out walk to Lewicki in the second. Is anything going to slow down J.D. Martinez of the Red Sox? He had his 20th home run tonight. He is on a tear.
Wow.
As Drupal Cabrera leads off for New York, Conforto and Frazier will follow. Cabrera from Venezuela. Had some great years in Cleveland. Bob gets ahead 0-1. Alex has struck out 4. He's walked 1. Had a rough second inning because of the long at bat by Adrian Gonzalez. Ended up throwing 25 pitches that inning. Wild swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch, 0-2.
Yeah, breaking ball's been money here.
You know, the other thing to watch here, Mike, because of all the weather issues the Orioles have had. Rounded right there to Davis. He'll take it himself and 1 away. He's pitching with 7 days rest.
Yeah.
The pitchers are not accustomed to that.
No, they're sure not. And we've talked about the Orioles rotation and Buck trying to give this rotation days off when he can. But most of these veteran guys love the routine, pitching on the 5th day. And I think Cobb pretty much the same way, but pretty sharp here tonight.
Roger McDowell back in New York. Of course, he was a star reliever for the Mets. 1 down. Here's Conforto. Another get me over curve.
Man, that is nasty. Going to flip it over first pitch strike, and then he's shown that he can put it away. Good finish at the bottom of the zone.
One and 1 the count with 1 out, nobody on. Huge foul. I had forgotten how busy LaGuardia Airport is. Every time I look up, there's a plane right. LaGuardia is right next door to Citi Field.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Planes all the time.
Well, at least they're going that way, because if it was the takeoff direction, it would be loud.
Yes, for sure.
And he got him. Conforto down on strikes. That one, I think, Wynn's caught on the dirt.
Yeah, nice little pick there by Wins, and here comes the split change. Take a look at the Nissan pitch cast right here, calling for it down and away. Works his spot, looks like the heater out of his hand, and here's a look at the backhand pick by Wins. And the punch out, number 5. Cobb.
Here's Todd Frazier back off the DL today. The Mets sent him to their AAA affiliate to rehab to get some games in. The AAA affiliate is in Las Vegas. You had to go well, you couldn't go to Binghamton, AA? Just get in your car and drive up to New York State? And that is one of the reasons why the Orioles are very fortunate where their affiliates are. In Norfolk, you can still drive to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it really is a blessing for the Orioles, the whole organization, that everything is in such close proximity. Get your eyes on a player, call guys up, move them around, a lot easier.
1-1 on Frazier. The Orioles have 3 of their injured players on rehab assignments tonight. Zach Britton has gone with Norfolk to Columbus. And both Darren O'Day and Colby Rasmus are playing for the Frederick Keys at Potomac. That's a broken bat ball towards the middle. Look at the range of Scope. And he gets it to first in time. Nicely done by Jonathan Scope. And there's another 3-up, 3-down inning. 3 of the 4 innings tonight. Cobb has retired the side in order. Through Thursday, June 28th. That's right, a 4-game series. And on the Monday game, first 25,000 fans, 15 and over, receive a Buck Snowalter snow globe as we celebrate halfway to Christmas at Oriole Park. Visit Orioles.com for your tickets. Santa's here.
Snowalter.
So Santa is an Orioles fan. There's Mancini for his 3rd at bat. Vargas hits ahead with a strike. So he's looking fastball there.
Yeah.
And he gets the changeup, commits to it, and the ball makes a right turn.
Pretty nasty, right? And it's just about the good arm sell. It's just like the fastball.
That is a foul ball to hit the umpire.
Oh.
Brian Blackney.
Tracer on him right there. Ah, it's all right. Gonna come with a little bit more boom boom. We got a target on a little heat seeker off the foot.
That one almost hit Trey. Mancini 1 out of 2. He singled and scored in the first. Orioles really need his bat to come around. It is fair to say he's probably hitting more tough luck than any Oriole. It's a results game, and he's not happy with where he is batting at the moment. Usually when you see Trey going very well, there's a lot of base hits to right field.
Yeah, he is a monster using the whole field. He's just going to hit it where it's pitched, period. Yeah, Trey's had a couple things kind of mess with his head, and I think that's what hitting at the major league level is all about. You talked about the tough luck the first month of the season. Then, of course, he wrecks his knee sliding into the left field wall in Camden Yards. So he was set back again with that, and I think that bothered him a lot more than he let on.
Strike 3 call, got it on the outside corner. So So one away on strikeout number 4. Well, let's take a look at our AT&T Achieving More concerning Adam Jones.
Yeah, Adam is mashing the lefties this year. 338 clip. You know, his career number is 266. What is average on the road? 317 this year. 270 is his career number on the road. He's got multiple hit games at 17, 3 hit games at 10. Adam Jones certainly achieving more.
So a breaking ball. Same pitch, you got a swing and a miss that time.
Boy, 73 miles an hour. 80 slow. 73 just it takes forever for the ball to get there.
Adam 1 out of 2 with a single. Orioles trying to snap this 7-game losing streak. They've been outscored 36-12 in the 7 games. One's blooped down the line, fading, and is fouled.
Adam just protected there with 2 strikes. Ball boring in on the hands. Just pulls him inside. Battling with the 2 strikes.
To the count. Weak ground ball to second. As dribble Cabrera gets to it, he gets Jones for the out, 2 away.
Slick play right there by Cabrera. Of course, former shortstop. Got some pretty good instincts out there. Adam Jones taking one off the end of the bat, so it's ended up being a little bit of a foot race. So Cabrera had to get rid of it uniquely right there. Nice play.
Here's Manny. RBI single in the first on a bad bounce. Could have gone either way, but the official score ruled that because of the bounce, that affected Cabrera's ability to field it, even though the ball skipped right past his glove. Off the end of the bat, right center field, not that deep. In fact, Bruce comes in on it. And there's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Jason Vargas. He's retired 6 consecutive batters. Mid-5th, 2-0 O's.
By sharing a photo or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Well, it's Citi Field. And it is Dominican Heritage Night here at the ballpark. Looks like Mardi Gras.
Wow, some colorful stuff. There you go.
Fans having a good time with their T-shirts. That's the guy Mike left his passes for. Was that a duck? I think it was a duck.
It looked like it, didn't it?
There's Jay Bruce leading off. Struck out his first at bat. One of 5 Alex Cobb strikeouts.
That was a nasty breaking ball right there. What a finish. I mean, that thing is biting down sharp. A lot of hard contact tonight on the breaking ball, that's for sure.
Alex has pitched very well in his career against the National League. He's 9-5 in his 17 interleague starts, and his ERA 2.59. Hard hit ball past Davis. There's a base hit, and that is the first hit for the Mets. And the fans reacting to that. Just got it by the glove.
Split finger, it looked like, and Bruce staying on it, hooking it down that first base line. Let's take a look right here. And Davis just a step away. Hit off the glove, kind of pushed it over there off that right field wall. Kick back to Jonathan Scope to keep Bruce right there at second, or at first.
There's Kevin Plawecki, the other base runner for the Mets tonight. He drew a 2-out walk in the second. So Cobb is pitching from the stretch to just the second batter tonight. The base hit by Bruce snaps a 7 in a row retired by Cobb. Two. Now with Vargas settling in, it's just a 2-0 game, so Plawecki comes up representing the tying run. The Mets have lost 4 in a row, 9 of 11. They've also lost 6 straight at home, and they've scored just 1 run. There's a line drive and a base hit down the left field line. Mancini's got to run it down. Bruce is going to head for third, and Plawecki heads to second. So second and third, and nobody down here in the 5th. A single, now a double.
Now falling behind to Plawecki. It's a mistake right there, and then he's got to come to him. 2-0 fastball stays on the inner third, and he turns and burns, hooking it down that third base line, up and over the head of Valencia. Mets starting to threaten right now.
So Plawecki, he doubles. The Mets have scored 1 run in their last 28 innings. And here's Adrian Gonzalez. Orioles will play the infield back except for Valencia at third. Down and in, 1-0. Another nice play by Austin Wins.
Yeah, that's a great block there. That's a nasty breaking ball, biting hard down and in underneath the hands, just over the feet of Gonzalez. And Wynn's got to really work hard to get in front of that one.
There's Seth Lugo getting loose, one of 8 relievers in the Mets pen. Gonzalez is a tough out, as we saw in the at-bat in the second inning. He can really work the count. Foul ball off the shin guard of Austin Wins.
His best split finger right there. Working down and away. Nice action. Gonzalez swinging over the top. Good finish.
Bruce at third. Plawecki the tying run at second base. And nobody out. Popped him up. Shallow left. Here comes Mancini. Manny's going to call. And Mancini at the last second calls him off. That is a huge out for Alex Cobb, as Bruce has to stay at third, 1 down.
Yeah, well done.
So 1 away here in the 5th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by Authority of the Orioles and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. And here's the pitcher's spot. And here is Jose Bautista off the bench. He signed a minor league deal with the Braves, did make it up to Atlanta, but they released him. And he came here to the Mets. Gives them a little versatility. He can play third base. He can play the outfield.
And he's got 30 career home runs in 152 games against the Orioles. That was very familiar, obviously, with Bautista from his Toronto days.
So he got the big first out. Now he's got to face Bautista. Up and in, 1-0. Cobb has had the better of these matchups. Bautista against Alex is 3 for 17 in his career. Alex trying to minimize the damage here and keep the Orioles in front. Inside again, ball 2.
I like the life on the Cobb fastball tonight as well. I know we've been talking about that nasty breaking ball, but man, oh man, that fastball's been taken off. Two-seam action. Last one riding in. He's catching a piece of the jersey.
Ball 3. Well, this is the first inning where Alex has been falling behind the hitters. He did have a couple of 3-ball 2-strike counts in the second, but he was in those at bats. Strike at the knees. And Bautista has to come back.
Now let's take a look. Two-seam fastball, beautiful pitch. How about doubling up with that one? And bring it back. Bautista completely gave up on that. Stick it out there again. He's not looking to do damage on that pitch.
Now back 3-2. Well, Bautista, since joining the Mets, 9 for 32. That's a 281 average. He's played 13 games prior to today. Signed with the Mets on May 22nd. Made his debut that day. He hopped on a plane, his home in Tampa, and traveled here to New York. Left field. Back on it, Mancini. He's got to play. And he has it for the out. Bruce will tag. He's coming home. Plawecki tags. He goes to third. So there's a sac fly and an RBI, but it's the second out of the inning. And the O's still have the lead at 2-1.
Well, Bautista doing his job. The deep sac fly right there. Yeah, a tough battle for Bautista, but he gets the Mets on the board. Good news, 2 outs. Take a look at the replay here. Plenty deep enough. He take his time and make sure. Well, he sure did.
There's Ahmed Rosario, the number 9 batter. Strike in there, another get me over curve. Rosario just 3 for his last 17. He's just 22 years old from the Dominican. It's a fastball by him, 0-2.
Let's take a look at the Alex Cobb fastball. Wind's wanting it down and away. That kind of life, boy, that ball is just shooting up to the top of the zone with some movement.
Rosario gets a piece to stay alive. If Cobb can get this out, it'll be a job well done. It was 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. Oh, 0-2. able to fight off that breaking ball. That was another good one.
Yeah, real good breaking ball. A couple of high fastballs, so he plays the breaking ball off it. And it starts that bite right at the top where the fastballs have been showing themselves.
And another 0-2. Throws the fastball 1-2 on Rosario. Rosario made his big league debut August 1st of last year. And eventually played in 46 games with the Mets. Tying run to third with 2 down. Popped him up. The Winds have a play. He's coming back. Nope, it's going to be behind the screen. Cobb doing a nice job here so far tonight. He's allowed just the 1 run on 2 hits. But because Vargas settled down, the Orioles 4 batters into the game at a 2-0 lead, and they haven't scored since.
Yeah, a little over anxious, I think, last few innings.
That is a foul ball.
Boy, he's really finishing that breaking ball well. I'd like to see him dot up that fastball again down and away. Seems like every time Wins calls for it here in this AB anyway, it's shooting up to the top of the zone. He might be able to finish this AB if he can lock one up. Yeah. Lower quadrant.
This will be the 8th pitch of this at bat. Rosario has fouled off 4. And another one. Second extended at bat. This is similar to the Adrian Gonzalez at bat in the 2nd inning. Look at that ball. Wow.
Yeah, he's fouling off some tough ones. That's a nasty fastball there. 93 just boring in on the hands. Probably a good 6 inches off the plate in there, but he's all about protect mode now.
Well, he's fouled off 6, and he's about to see the 10th pitch in this at bat. What trick does Cobb have? And he got him off speed. That's the trick. You keep fouling off my breaking ball. Here's a changeup. Our Ram do-ups for the O's: Valencia, Trumbo, and Stoke.
The 6th, and Vargas out of the ball game. Take a look at his numbers. 5 innings, staying true to form. He hasn't pitched much over 5 innings all season long. Only 79 pitches thrown. The Orioles able to get to him early in the ball game. Got the 5 hits on the board, but a couple runs. keep that lead going. Now it's time for Jiffy Lube pitching change. Regular oil changes at Jiffy Lube will help your vehicle's engine run cleaner, longer. Jiffy Lube, drive in today. Well, Seth Lugo coming in out of the Mets bullpen. How about these numbers? 21 games, has made one spot start. He is a versatile right-hander, though. 2.21 earned run average, 36 and 2/3 innings of work with 37 punch-outs. Big arm and some quality secondary pitches to go along with it. Opponents hitting just 203. Lefty's a tough time because of his changeup. The righties are going to see the curve and slider.
Valencia first ball swinging right to Rosario. One pitch, one down in the Orioles' 6th inning. Lugo from Louisiana. He's from Shreveport. 34th round draft pick. And here he is on a major league staff. Last year was a member of their rotation for the most part. Trumbo's off with 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Drafted by the Angels, 18th round pick back in 2004. Lugo, a career Met. He made all the stops in their system. All 3.
As you said, Lugo started last year for this team. Fortunately, he ended up missing quite a bit. Some shoulder problems at the end.
Trumbo to left center field. That's playable for Conforto. And he's got it for the out. 2 quick outs here in the Orioles' 6th inning. Discover Siesta Beach in Sarasota, Florida. Consistently ranked as one of the best beaches in the world. Plan now at visitsarasota.com. Moved into a nice evening here. There's fans at Citi Field in Queens.
Nasty breaking ball right there. A little buckler. Jonathan Scope gives a little nod of approval. Okay, pretty good pitch.
Breaking ball hit to Todd Frazier, plays the hop. And Lugo comes on and has a very quick 3 up, 3 down inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. O's holding on to a 2-1 lead. 2-1 game. Mets come to bat here in the 6th. Alex Cobb did an outstanding job in the 5th inning. 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. He allowed only 1 run. Ball 1 to Brandon Nimmo.
Yeah, he hasn't really had a lot of pressure on him this whole ball game, and that was some big time pressure. Runners at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. Cobb doing a nice job mixing up his pitches, moving the ball around.
Nimmo has struck out twice. Alex has 6 Ks on the night. That's a good sign there for Cobb. You got a hitter looking fastball, gets the fastball, and he still swung through.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of movement on the heater for sure. I mean, that fastball to lefties, the good ones starting right at that front hip, getting some good movement back over the inner third.
Foul tip there. From 2-0 to 2-2. Cobb has walked only 1 and has allowed 1 run on 2 hits. Now looking on. I don't think Rogers moved all night.
No. Why move when you got your starter throwing a gem like this, right?
And then he gets Nimmo for a 3rd time. And there's 7 strikeouts here for Alex Cobb.
Well, I think Cobb feeling pretty good about his heater as well. 3 fastballs. Take care of some business. All 3 of them really starting out right at Nimmo's front hip and working back over. Lost to win. Say that away. Bringing that heater.
So the 7 strikeouts, that is a season high, so that's his Oriole high. It struck out 5 in back-to-back starts at Oakland and then against Tampa Bay. Ball 1 is the breaking ball missed. Alex Cobb is 125th major league start. He has never pitched in relief in the major leagues. Cabrera's out of Venezuela. So a real good big league career. Something got into his eye. A little breezy here. So. A little bit high, ball 3. The green light, foul tip. Cobb and Austin Wynn seem to be working very well together. Very few shakeoffs. Obviously, Mike, they have the game plan with their meeting before the game.
Yeah, we've seen them talking in between innings as well, just to make sure.
Line to right field. There's Trumbo. And he's got it, and 2 men down. Cobb comes back to get Cabrera. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. Proudly serving the armed forces, veterans, and their families for over 80 years. And by Antwerpen, get in the game this season with a new Toyota from Antwerpen Toyota. Oh my goodness, it is time for an Italian sausage. Mike Bordick is buying.
I'll be happy to buy. Bring him up here.
There's Conforto. Sam Holbrook has had a pretty good night behind the plate, Mike. Has been very consistent.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of turning around hitters. Playing them from pitchers.
Off the end of the bat, center field. Adam Jones will have to run in on it. And he gets there. And Alex Cobb has a 3-up, 3-down inning. Nicely done. We are through 6 in New York. Orioles with a 2-1 lead. head to the 7th inning, and we all have hockey fever around here. That's right. We are all in, all caps.
Absolutely,
One
baby.
win away from the
All
Stanley
caps all
Cup.
the
How
time.
about that?
Well, it was an incredible game last night, and I know there's a lot of excitement down in D.C. All the Caps fans are going nuts right now.
Yeah, so the Capitals, how about that, on the verge. They had trouble winning series in the past, and now all of a sudden they're 1 win away from the Stanley Cup championship.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, man. I don't know if anybody is into hockey or not, but if you tune into the playoffs, especially tomorrow night's game, I mean, man, oh man, you're going to get hooked because there is nothing like NHL playoffs.
Chris Davis leads off. He takes a strike. Austin Wynn's on deck, and then Alex Cobb's spot is due. So may see a pinch hitter here.
Gibbons out getting loose in the Oriole bullpen, just in case.
Alex hoping to get in that bat. Davis goes down on strikes on the breaking ball. And one away here in the 7th inning. Let's get a look at our fourth drive of the game, Mike. We'll go back to the 2nd inning.
How about Austin Woods picking up his first major league hit? Are you kidding me? His first at bat. And picks up the knock. Oh yeah, excitement everywhere. Everybody in Oriole Nation, especially his mom.
Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. Breaking ball hits the outside corner. Wynn's facing the right-hander here for the first time. Fastball right there. 1-2.
That was nasty. That's good stuff. It's a good fastball, 95. Nasty breaking balls that just buckled some knees.
And he got him on a real good breaking ball. So Wynn's down on strikes, back-to-back Ks, and 2 men down. Well, we are calling all tweeters, Snapchatters, and Instagrammers. Join us for our first Birdland Social. Comes your way on Tuesday, June 26th, prior to the 7:05 game against Seattle. Special ticket packages to this exclusive pregame party on the center field roof deck include a Richard Blyer emoji T-shirt, plus a Q&A with the Orioles pitcher. For tickets, Orioles.com/BirdlandSocial. So Cobb gets to stay in. Ground ball to second. And Lugo has his second consecutive 3-up, 3-down inning. 7th inning stretch in New York. Birds with a 2-1 lead.
two-game set here, interleague play, and Alex Cobb on the bump, and he had it working tonight. Good fastball right there for strike 3. How about the breaking ball? Nasty. Good splitty as well. Had all 3 pitches working through, getting deep into this ball game. And Cobb back-to-back quality starts here of that heater. Nimmo going down 3 times tonight. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. Here's a look at his numbers. 6 innings pitched, couple hits on the board, just a 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 7 punch-outs for Cobb.
Todd Frazier to left center field. There's Mancini. And 1 away here in the 7th inning.
Nice play by Mancini, filling up that left center gap. Michael Gibbons now into the bullpen, or into the game. Leo's bullpen, 25th appearance, 4.08 earned run average. Does have 1 save under his belt. 28 2/3 innings of work. Got 36 punch-outs. Yeah, Gibbons is a strikeout master. Opponent's hitting 234. Righty's just 231. Lefty's not much better at 238.
So it's Alex Cobb's game to win. He allows only that 1 run on the 2 hits. Jay Bruce now against Gibbons. This one again off the end of the bat. Adam Jones, a long run in, has to play it on the high. So that's unfortunate there for Michael Gibbons, right off the end of the bat.
Good pitch, good fastball, moving away. It's right in front of Adam Jones. Take a look at the Nissan pitch cast. Good fastball, well off that outside corner, 95 miles an hour. And it just dies out there. Bruce looking at the handle, busted his bat all up.
Saw Adam having a conversation there with Wayne Kirby from the bench. Here's Plawecki, who fueled the rally in the 5th inning with a double. Gibbons goes right at him. Michael last worked on Saturday, allowed a couple of runs in 1 inning against the Yankees, also 3 base hits. He's allowed 8 base hits combined in his last 4 appearances. Wiki didn't agree. Sam Holbrook gave Michael a inside corner call there. And he got him. It comes right at him. 3-pitch strikeout, 2 down.
Made some noise too. Mid-90s heaters from Gibbons. Turned his back a little bit. It's slinging that cheese from the side. 96 miles an hour. 3 fastballs to take care of Plawecki.
Here's Anthony Swarzak, right-hander. 8-man bullpen, and they have only 1 lefty. Jerry Blevins is the only left-hander in that Mets bullpen. There's Adrian Gonzalez. That was off the breaking ball. Gonzalez had the big at bat in the 5th inning as far as Alex Cobb is concerned. It was 2nd and 3rd and nobody out, and he popped up to shallow left and the runners couldn't advance. Trying to go to left field against the shift, and he fouled it back. And that's a big play, Mike, because if he's able to get the runner in from 3rd and the runner from 2nd to 3rd, the sac fly makes it a 2-2 game instead of a 2-1 game.
Right. Cobb, a beautiful job in that inning, minimizing the damage.
And that one gets away from Wins, so the tying run goes down to 2nd base. That was a nasty breaking ball.
Austin doing everything he can to try to keep this one up there on the dirt. And take a look right here, right across the shoe tops.
Blyer now getting loose. It's a wild pitch that lets Bruce get to 2nd base. 1-2 the count on Gonzalez. So now a single could tie this game. It's interesting that Alex Cobb batted for himself and then came out of the game anyway. Because there's no DH in these games, the Orioles have a 5-man bench. And he got him. He chased the pitch outside. So Givens comes back, gets 2 strikeouts, and the Mets will strand the tying run at second base. We head to the 8th. Good game. O's have the lead. First, Mets got their run in the 5th. And Seth Lugo stays on for his 3rd inning of work. There's Trey Mancini to lead off. Orioles have held the Mets to just 3 hits in this game. And a strike.
And the Mets have held the O's to just 5. His offense is going to pick it up just a hair more.
3 of those came in the 1st inning. In fact, if you look at your scorecard, the Orioles had 3 hits, 3 batters into the game. Right. Here we are in the 8th. One thing about Lugo that you got to like is how he just goes right at hitters. Here it is, try to hit it.
Yeah, he's impressive. Nice little run now.
Breaking ball bounced to deep short. Rosario with a long throw, knocked down and not held on by Gonzalez. So Mancini's going to reach.
All right, Mancini catching a break right there. Ground ball at the 5-6 hole. I'm surprised Frazier didn't cut that one off. That's Rosario trying to make that play deep in the hole. You see back on the grass, and tough little pick right there. Can't come up with it, and Mancini getting the knock.
Yep, that's an infield hit. That's why you hustle. Look at him busting it down the line. Looked like he would have beaten it out anyway. So Craig Gentry's going to pinch run as we get a look at this throw from the other side. Yeah, he would have made it anyway. So there's Gentry. Orioles looking for an insurance run. Adam fouls it off.
Lugo, some good movement on that 2-seam fastball. Ability to bring it back over that outside corner. Take a look at the Mets bullpen last 11 games here. They have struggled. Not Lugo so much, but the rest of them. 7-9-4. How about 70 hits? Are you kidding me? And 45 in a 3rd innings pitch. Maybe that's why Lugo's staying in there, eating up some innings.
Well, the Mets have had all kinds of troubles controlling opposing teams' running games. They have caught just 18% of potential base stealers. 51 steals, only 11 caught stealings. And Plawecki's caught only 1. There have been 11 stolen bases with Bawicki in the game, and he's caught just one. Now Lugo's not bad because he's quick to the plate. There have been 2 caught stealings out of 3 when he's on the mound. But this might be a spot where you see Gentry. He may try to steal to get into scoring position. One and 2 on the fastball that missed.
Well, you know, Buck Showalter's thinking that. He wants to get him in scoring position, but I think you're right. Lugo just a hair quicker to the plate. Kind of keeping Gentry stuck right there.
Wayne Kirby just whispered to Gentry what the time was. Weak ground ball. There's Rosario. Out at second, back to first. There's a double play. 6-4-3 and 2 men are down.
Pretty nice turn right there by the young shortstop, flipping it on to the veteran at second base. And closing the distance, that's one thing. And then you set your feet and you give the power underhand feed. Take a look right here. Getting a little rhythm. That's the way you do it. Coming up actually almost on the grass right there. A nice firm underhand feed, and Cabrera cleaning it up.
Cabrera, former shortstop, so he's got a lot of experience around that base. Slowly walking back to the bench. Well, here's Manny. Base is empty now. Machado singled in the first inning, drove in a run. And a strike.
Breaking ball. And even respecting that one. Backing up a little bit on it.
96. Oh, what a play by Lugo. Takes a base hit away from Machado. So Lugo, 3 innings, 9 batters faced, and no runs. So he has kept it as is. Mid-8th in a 2-1 game. Dylan Bundy takes the mound against Zach Wheeler. Our coverage on MASN begins at 12:30 with those extra presented by Ford, and then game coverage at 1 p.m. We've got all the access you need right here on MASN. Gentry stays in the game. He pinch ran for Mancini. He's in left field. Guillorme will pinch hit. An infielder by trade. This is the pitcher spot. So Givens stays on. Rosario on deck as a right-handed batter, and then Brandon Nimmo a lefty. saw Richard Blyer getting loose. So the second pitch hitter in the pitcher spot here for the Mets.
Gibbons last inning tried to get some fastballs in on the lefties. And unfortunately for Gibbons, some extra life on his heater. But he's trying to call for that heater in there. He's having a hard time. He's jamming it in on that inner third.
You saw the two relievers for the Mets. Swarzak, if the game doesn't get tied, and then Familia if it does, or if the Mets get the lead. He's their closer. May is a rookie. Bounce to second. Scope will play the hop. Manfred Guillerme was hustling down the line. And one away. Fans, MLB At Bat is your #1 Orioles app. You can customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Customize your Orioles home screen icon, plus features such as the MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today. There's Rosario, the #9 batter. Rosario may have cost Alex Cobb another inning with that at-bat he had in the 5th inning. Got into double digits in pitches.
Yeah, there were a couple of hitters in the lineup that worked him for a little bit more than expected.
This will probably be the last batter for Gibbons, with the lefty on deck and Brandon Nimmo. There's Richard Blyer with Millsy. And there's a walk. A 4-pitch walk at that. And here comes Buck. So that brings a potential go-ahead run to the plate in the bottom of the 8th. So Richard Blyer comes on in a 1-run game in the 8th.
That's 3 wins, a 2.25 earned run average, 28 innings of work, 13 punch outs, 4 walks, pitches to contact, and typically gets some weak contact to his infield. See that ground ball percentage at 59%, but the opponent average on the rise here recently, 306 right now. Righties especially 313 clip. In the last few outings getting hit. And right now looking to get that 2-seamer on the ground. Real defense clean it up.
With a tying run at first, go ahead run at the plate, and there's a strike to Nimmo, who's had a tough night.
Yeah, Nimmo 3 punch outs tonight. Alex Cobb had his number for sure.
Now the thing about Blyer, he's a pitch to contact hitter, so he gives up his share of hits. 1-1. He last worked on Friday against the Yankees, a scoreless inning, but he allowed 2 hits. Brad Brock now getting loose. He also worked last Monday against the Nationals and was charged with 3 earned runs on 5 hits. Bunt against the shift, but Valencia was there. 2 down. Safe is the call. The foot came off the base. Oh, that is a big, big play.
Nimmo the good speed. Man, oh man. Valencia back just a hair, and it came in pretty good. Accurate throw. He's out. Davis trying to keep that foot on there. Can't quite do it. You see the foot leaking off, reaching out to keep Valencia's ball from going up the right field line. Davis all out stretch there, saving that ball, potential run as well if that gets up the line.
So a throwing error on Valencia. That's his 4th error. And it puts the tying run in the scoring position. The go-ahead run at first here in the bottom of the 8th. That is a critical error. And a strike to Cabrera. As Drupal is 0 for 3, there are the runners in scoring position. The Mets 0 for 3. Big foul ball the other way. He gets ahead 0-2.
Yeah, nice pitch there, right in that cutter in on the hands. All jam shots, and that's in the back of his head. Cabrera about getting a little quicker to get him out of there. That's when that two-seam fastball comes into play. Throw that little dead fish up there and roll over.
Love the roll over into a double play ball. That's foul. Not a lot of head-to-heads against Blyer on the Mets roster. These teams see each other only every 3 years. Just off the ball. Wow, that was a close pitch.
Yeah, real good pitch right there. A couple pitches inside, getting pulling off. Really opened up that outside corner. Well executed, just didn't get the call.
One and 2 on his Drupal Cabrera. There's a double play ball. Manny to Scope. Back to first. Double play for the O's, and Blyer gets out of it. A huge double play ball and deuced off the bat of Asdrubal Cabrera. The 6-4-3 ends it. Machado, Scope to Davis. Laura on the right, his mom and dad. They are enjoying watching their son make his major league debut. And he has a base hit in 3 trips, and he's done a good job behind the plate. Here's Anthony Swarzak.
Take a look at Swarzak's numbers on the year. This is only his 3rd game, 3.86, 2 1/3 innings work. And the 3 punch-outs brought over in the offseason to really bolster this bullpen. But unfortunately, he got hurt and spending a lot of time on the disabled list. First game back now. It's coming off the DL. I'm happy this arm's back into the bullpen.
So the Orioles will look for some insurance here to make it a little easier in the 9th inning. And for Swarzak, just his 3rd game. Valencia takes a strike. Trumbo and Scope will follow. Brad Brock was getting loose in the bottom of the 8th, so it won't take him long to get ready for the 9th. Valencia has an RBI and a sac fly. He's 0 for 2 officially. That's a good take, ball 2.
Swarzak, the hard slider right there, fastball slider combination. Work that fastball to the mid-90s, and you just saw a look at the power slider. Hard down and away.
For Swarzak, spent quite a few years with the Twins. Valencia has seen him 3 times. He's 0 for 3 against them. He was drafted by Minnesota, 2nd round pick back in 2004. He's from Davie, Florida, which is in the Fort Lauderdale area. And he gets Valencia, high heat, 1 away.
A couple nasty sliders. You kind of expect the slider to be the put-away pitch, but he takes the cheese to the top. 94, 95 miles an hour right there. Valencia, see a little bat head dip. Strike 3.
Mark Trumbo now. He has struck out twice and flied out. Orioles got 2 in the top of the 1st, and they have not been able to score since.
It'd be nice if they could find a way to just put an insurance run in there, 1 or 2. Trumbo or Scope run into 1.
Perfect pitch. Now for the Mets in the bottom of the 9th, middle of the order, 3, 4, and 5, Conforto, Frazier, and Bruce. Lefty, righty, lefty against Brad Brock. One and 2 on Trumbo. There's Brad. Now 2 months on the disabled list. That's a long time for Swarzak.
Another one of those oblique injuries, and boy, you got to be careful with those. And they took their time for sure.
And the count goes full, 3 and 2 on Trumbo. And he walked him. Well, that's a heck of an at-bat. He was down in the count.
Threw him some tough pitches, some quality pitchers pitches, but not enticing enough to Trumbo. Trumbo saying, hey, I'm swinging at my pit.
Joey Rickard now will come on and pinch run and then stay in the game defensively. There's Jonathan Scope. The Orioles have used 2 players off the bench, both pinch runners. Gentry last inning, and now Joey Rickard here. Scope takes a strike. Joey hasn't been running as much this year in his time with the O's.
No, there really hasn't been a lot of running going on at all. Of course, the Orioles haven't had a lot of base runners either. Take those chances to run. I mean, when you're not a base-stealing team, you're not going to spoil some opportunities. They've been waiting for the big bats to come alive and start driving the ball out of the park. Might have to change their offensive approach, though. The home runs aren't coming as often as they had.
Well, their last stolen base was May 24th in Chicago. So that's 8 games plus tonight without a steal.
Did Manny get one?
Oh, Manny did. You're right. I apologize, Manny. Goes back in the first inning. Craig Gentry, who pinch ran for Mancini, stayed in the game. The Orioles as a team have 17 stolen bases. That's the mound. Cabrera takes it himself, and he gets the double play to end the inning. Another 1-out walk, but the double play ball off the bat of Scope ends the ninth. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Brock comes on for the save. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. And by University of Maryland University College. New York City, Times Square area. Offensively, Gentry moves from left field to right field. And Joey Rickard, who pinch ran for Trumbo, stays in the game and left. And then here's the closer on. Looking for the save.
Yeah, Brad Brock, 22nd appearance, 3.43 earned run average, and looking for his 9th save, his only save back on opening day. Take a look, 21 innings, worked 25 punch outs. Opponent's hitting 267, the righty's just 200, lefty's way up to 361. He's given up the 1 long ball this year.
Well, he has not been in a game since last Tuesday because of the 2 rainouts against the Yankees. Here's Michael Conforto to lead off. And there's a strike. And his last save came May 25th in Tampa. Popped up. Valencia circling to it. And one down. It's a big out.
Yeah, beautiful pitch. Nasty changeup right there. The power fastball and backs it up with that turbo change.
Brad Brock from Freehold, New Jersey, went to Monmouth University, and here's Todd Frazier from Toms River, New Jersey, went to Rutgers. So you got that Monmouth-Rutgers rivalry going here. One pitch, popped them up. Monmouth about to win. There's Davis in foul ground for 2 outs. So Frazier might jump it on that first pitch. I guess he was convinced it was going to be what he was looking for.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, you know, when you're facing somebody like Brad Brock, he's got some nasty stuff. Got that power slider and the filthy change, man. If you see a good heater that you like, take that big cut at it and try to square it up. Unfortunately for Brad Brock, it was a perfect fastball right on the outside corner.
So it's up to Jay Bruce for the Mets. This is actually a batter, if you're the Orioles, you would prefer not be up because he's in a long home run drought, and he is a home run threat. Down and in. 2-0 the count. That looked like a good pitch.
Yeah, it did. I mean, lots of wind setting up down and away, but he reached back over. It looked like it was all over the plate.
All 3. Wow. They don't want to walk him. It brings the winning run to the plate. There's a strike, went right at him. Bruce taking as he should. 3-1. That ball dipped.
Oh my gosh, that is
wow.
So nasty. I mean, the Brock changeup is as nasty as the best split finger in the game. The way he turns it over, has incredible drop, throws it hard, great arm sell.
Ball 4. So the Mets get that break they were looking for. They get the tying run on, and the winning run comes to the plate. Kevin Plawecki, 1 out of 2 with a double. He's also walked. He has faced Brad Brock only once. 0 for 1. Nice ball up and in. Plawecki, you can see he's a diver, so those fastballs in the inner part of the plate surprise him.
I'll say, cut this with loose, 3/4, rushing it up and in.
Up back this way. It has not been easy for the O's, even in a well-played game as they've had here tonight. They still only lead it by a run. Outside for ball 2. Call there, get him off the fastball. 2-2.
Yeah, beautiful slider, even up the count. Yeah, nice job by Brock, actually slowing it down a little bit, taking a breath. He started working a little too fast. There's the buckler. You see that front hip, a little shimmy there.
Knocked down by Wins for ball 3. So this gives the Mets an edge. Bruce will be off with the pitch on 3-2 with 2 men down. Brad Brock got the first 2 outs very quickly. Walked Bruce on a 3-2 pitch. Now he's 3-2 on Plawecki. Davis will stay close to keep Bruce close to the bag. The 3-2 is popped up. Davis over, Wins over. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Davis, and he makes the catch, and the O's win it. So Plawecki pops foul. Brad Brock holds on, and the Orioles snap their 7-game losing streak, winning the opener here tonight by a final of 2-1. What a game. Well, we hope you can join us tomorrow afternoon. More O's action as the Orioles wrap up the 2-game series against the Mets. Our coverage on MASN begins at 12:30 with O's Extra presented by Ford, and then game coverage at 1 o'clock. And now for Mike Bordick and our entire hardworking crew, Jim Hunter saying so long from Citi Field. Once again, our final score, the Orioles 2 and the Mets 1. Tonight's telecast, a MASN presentation. Tom and Rick, O's Extra after a short break, up next.